Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, man. You'll never get better watching other players work out. Go do something.
Hey, stay focused in your workout today. Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Oh, I'm court!
Hey, he can ball.
Get on my man! And one! Give me that!
Who's on you?
Come on, man, don't forget the clock! Push it, baby!
Yo, look at the clock! What's the foul? Hey, I'll see you later.
Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Turn it up! Turn it up! Yeah, yo, watch it! Hey, yo, right here, right here! Oh, I just getting started all day! Hey, he can ball, huh? Hey, hit me up.
I see you want to sharpen those passing skills today. Let's get you set up.
Focus! Focus! Yeah, let's go! Let's do it! Hey, who got it? Come this side! Come this side! Hey, he can ball, huh? Get it started, man. Let's get it started. See you later.
let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Roll up.
All day, baby.
Yikes. Hey, he can ball. Hey, hit me up.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Warriors in San Francisco. A good roll continuing right now for the Warriors. The results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season, and it has to be said they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. Well, we've seen the impact NBA players can have off the court as well as on. Che has no problem speaking up for what he believes is right, Shaq.
Yeah, the league is blessed to have guys like LeBron and Steph who are unafraid to speak up on social issues. Glad to see Che is following their footsteps.
Well, obviously, they're following in the footsteps of the great players and sports figures of the past. This has been going on from the 60s all the way up into today. But it's a great opportunity for Che to fulfill the same legacy that those guys have done.
Time to tip it off as we get to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The fog pouring across the Golden Gate Bridge and into the Bay Area tonight. We're just about set for action. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, and on TV, the terrific Bill Simmons. Bill, great to have you.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next.
Thank
that's
you
the
very
next
much.
phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue for
This is great.
I know.
This is great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up. I'm excited.
Bill Simmons is terrific.
Yeah. Wake up, I'm talking to you.
DA, it's all yours.
And for Che, it wasn't a straight line path to the NBA. He stayed in college longer than expected. Then there was the decision to walk off at Bay City. He needed strong performances at the draft combine and in Summer League just to get a shot. But now he's making the most of those chances. Guys?
Fantastic as always, David. Thank you. Shea certainly had his ups and downs, Greg, along the way.
Well, ultimately, having to fight for a spot in this league may make him a better player. He's already been tested and come out on top.
And you can see how Klay Thompson fits with this team, Bill. Seems to be the perfect complement to Steph and the other Warriors around him.
Yeah, like him and Steph have the same great quality of just really fun to play with. Can fit in with whatever franchise you have, whatever supporting cast you have. Doesn't need the ball to succeed, but if you need him to get more shots, he can do that too. Incredible defender. It's actually become overrated to talk about how underrated of a defender he is, because I think people know he's an underrated defender. He can guard everybody from 6'8" to 5'10", and I actually think he's more than a compliment. I think he's a worthy sidekick for Steph. I would give him sidekick status, Kevin.
I like that. I want to be your sidekick.
Hey, that's great. I would never call you a compliment. I would say you're a sidekick.
I'd give you compliments.
Thank you.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Center Ernst there with White. And it's Carter in at the 5, down low. And for the Warriors, Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Chris, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Now here's Curry. Game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Last year, Draymond Green said he feels he's the greatest defender of all time. I'm assuming you've got something to say about it.
Well, he also defended it correctly. He was like...
deciding to change it up.
Who's got Curry? Hey, who's got him?
A 3 ball. No good there. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
You don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
Wiggins against White. Wiggins drives in. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Chicago.
Well, make them foul you to stop you. That's what Andrew Wiggins does.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
And the first one drops.
Well, with the first overall pick in 2014, Wiggins has some pressure on him, but he has steadily improved his play.
And both free throws good for Wiggins. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read. That's what I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. you have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
so
see your
sneakers,
clothes. Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement deals? Where's our endorsement deal?
Well, if they don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Rebounded by Gafford. Now Chicago has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Hutchison. The Warriors pull it in, and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the 2 teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they match up this time around.
Yes, that goes in. Shay's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, offensively, really like the way they're moving it around for the best look.
Wiggins passes to Caspi. Here's Bowman. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
That's an unwise shot. I'm sure coach and teammates would have preferred he swing the ball for a better opportunity.
And the basket by Hutchison.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Bowman, covered by Che. Good.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Pass to Hutchison. Young left side. Back to Che. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's Chicago up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. All the great Golden State Warrior scores. Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where one of the guys needs to take more shots, and sometimes where we can be a little bit too unselfish. You know, if one guy thinks, hey, man, I'm taking too many shots, let me get someone else involved. But if you got it going, we all want you to shoot.
Why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green, more often than not, is the one setting the table.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
So for Chicago right now, Shea is out there with Valentine. Then it's Young. Then there's Murray. And it's Gafford in at the center position. Shea passes to Gafford. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout, run him over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Casper. And stolen by Che. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Warriors with the rebound.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Here's Green, and it goes down 2 points. And, Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is. No, it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, they're really creative. That just can't be your thing as we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, and it's going to be a 92-89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Bill, defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff.
Well, what would you call
load management? We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work, yeah. Just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one. I never said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah. Time now for an injury report. Now for an update on Klay Thompson's injury. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Warriors gave us some information. He told me that there is tendonitis in the knee, and it's causing him a lot of problems. The pain has just become too much. From what we have gathered, this injury will definitely keep him out of this game, and maybe for a long time, too. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control over it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
And against the Warriors, no lead is safe. They erase deficits, Bill, as you know, as quickly as any team we've seen.
Yeah, the three ball is, when I was growing up and when you were growing up and you were down 15 in the third quarter, it was almost insurmountable. Like you really had to have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, now it's like you make 4 threes and you're down 3. And the Warriors are the best at that. They're the best three-point shooting team ever.
In the blink of an eye. I mean, it's just incredible.
You're up 17 and you still don't feel safe, and that's just who they are.
And they don't blink. And there's never panic, right? You never see panic.
Never. They're very comfortable with who they are.
Off the run, and it's Wiggins missing. The Bulls leading by 10. Right the pass to Markkanen. Misses from short range.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Here's Wiggins. Here's Chris. gets that one to fall after missing his first two. 1 for 3 from the field.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
Chicago calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Switch here. Sadaransky's checked in, and a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. To take a look at the Kings, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they're obviously trending in a positive direction, but still working out some of those early season timing issues. But I have to say, I like what I'm seeing.
And entertaining as always, Bill. Thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I don't
want
to see that
schedule.
team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. Well, Doris, you read most reporters. They try to stay impartial, but not Bill Simmons.
I think that's what makes him special, Kevin, right? He has his own lens through which he sees things, and he is...
Oklahoma City.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long.
Here's Curry. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached halftime in this one. Bulls lead by 9. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Killing it tonight, Shea.
Thanks, Coach.
Love the intensity. You get an open look, keep taking it, all right? That's
Yes,
what I want to
sir.
see. Stay aggressive.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. While you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go.
Revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. Down against Curry. To the inside. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
As great a scorer as he is, Steph Curry is a willing mover of the basketball. He doesn't get enough credit to me for playing the right way.
Dunn dishes to Shea. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Dunn looking over the floor. 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. It's stolen by Curry. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Here's the teardrop. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one. Down against Curry. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
Boy, how much do you appreciate Chris Dunn working hard inside to come away with these easy interior buckets?
Here's Looney. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. The pass to Caspi. Over Valentine. No good from Caspi.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Warriors have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. And the first one at the line is good. Well, you have to be a fan of the way Kevon Looney plays, the former UCLA Bruin. He puts in the work on the defensive end, Doris, and it shows.
No doubt. He has evolved to be the kind of player who is often asked to guard the wings, sometimes even point guards. Just think back to last year's playoffs. He had to guard the likes of James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry. This guy is so gifted as a defender, and he's only getting started. Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there.
Count the basket. 14 points for Che.
Che with a monster night. You love to see such a humble guy excel.
Here's Curry. Trains it from 9 feet away. And the Warriors lead by 1. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. Number 1, the Bulls.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
The first one falls.
Remember that this is a young man, Che, who was willing to take a rather big stand in college. Actually sat out a tournament game. He was protesting the treatment of a teammate after his knee injury. That takes some guts as a young person.
Chicago making a switch here. White's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
That will sting a little bit, failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
Pascal, the pass to Looney. He dishes it to Curry. There's the 3. The shot, no good. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Che outside. And it's off the back rim, no good. White against Wiggins, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Chicago called for the foul.
Well, Wiggins, one of those guys who draws fouls at an excellent rate.
And as talented as Andrew Wiggins is, there are games, Doris, when he can fade into the background when his team needs him the most.
Yes, and the questions become, is he passive? Is he disengaged on the offensive end? And that, I think, can be frustrating because people around the league will tell you that this young man is as talented and as skilled as any player in the league. It's really, for Andrew Wiggins, about finding a measure of consistency.
For Chicago, Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chandler Hutchison, and Che's subbed in for White. Pass to Bowman. Golden State moving it around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Harder, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. first one falls for him.
Well, this guy, a top 10 pick in 2016, we have seen Marquise Chris's talent. We've also seen the areas where he can improve.
And he makes both free throws.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Taking a look at the Bulls, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Shea is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Gafford into the 5, patrolling the paint.
Oh, a cool customer. Shea in the big-time pressure moment.
Warriors leading by 4. Omen passes to Chris. Up top, Curry. Right wing. All alone. And right through it goes.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Young's checked in for Chicago. Here's Markkanen. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Have to give Markkanen credit there. Great job absorbing the hit on the shot.
Now here's Curry, provides Shea. Curry dishes to Wiggins. Chris kicks to Curry. Pocket 4. They double team Curry. And a wide open shot from Green. Markkanen pulls it in.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Good on the shot.
Oh, Kevin, he doesn't shy away from the moment. Thaddeus Young, big-time delivery.
Outside Curry. Sinks that one from the post. Curry's got 15 points here in the second half.
Steph Curry so cool under pressure. Big moment, no matter. He's ready.
Warriors leading by 4. From 13, Green for 2 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Chicago making some changes. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's White in for Shea. And so it's Golden State with it. Outside Curry. To the paint. Here's Wiggins.
Well, the quickness to beat you in.
Curry with it. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Allen along with our terrific 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. So long.
All right, bro, peace.
Hey, Che, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
This is your first time leading the team in scoring. Do you think that helped you become more of a leader overall?
I think you have to earn that over time. You have to prove you're consistent. Anybody can be a scorer, right? But it takes a lot more to be a leader. Honestly, I don't think I'm there yet.
Great. Thanks, Che.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.